Hello and welcome to this Battlefield Illumination tutorial with me, 355th Virtual Fighter Squadron Sly. Today we are in a A10C. We are currently in active pause mode and we have a target that we wish to illuminate in front of us, which is going to be at the crossed airfield just in front of us there. And to start with, we are going to open our CDU panel, or a CDU repeater. We're then going to look up into our HUD and move our cursor down to the crossed airfield where we want to mark, and we're going to use our TMS right short to create a mark point. As you can see on the TDS repeater there, we've made a mark point A. I can do this either on the, I can now name this mark point, or what I'm going to do is actually name this, create a name in the bottom here and create a waypoint off of it. So I can either do this on the up front display by pressing letter and choosing, let's see, B, letter I, and we will say this is 1. I will now, what I want to actually do is not have a mark point, is create a waypoint off of this mark point. So I'm going to have my name down here. I'm going to press the OSB option, which relates to $2, which will create me a waypoint. And there we can see I've got a new waypoint with our name that we used. And what I can do here now is I want to set my elevation. So currently set to 33 because that's the height of the land above sea level, but what I want to do is increase that for our illumination target. So I'm going to increase that to, for tonight I'm going to increase it for 3500. And select that there. So now we've increased the elevation to 3500. I'm going to come down to my CDU panel. I'm going to select mission, and I'm going to select waypoint, which will then allow me now to select my waypoint in my HUD. As you can see, we're currently selected on the mark point at the moment. I'm just going to DMS up to find my waypoint, and there's my waypoint, same name as we've selected in our CDU repeater page. The cursor is still pointing at the ground, so that can be a bit confusing. I'm going to reset the cursor now. There's a cursor reset, and you can see my waypoint is selected as soy, and it's selected as SPI rather, and it's hovering at the 3,500 feet, which is the elevation that we chose. And we've basically got our aiming point for our illumination. I'm going to have a bit of fun, so I'm going to select my loadout page. And as you can see, I've got some illumination rockets here, the M257 type. I'm going to set up my profile for these, view profile, and I am going to set a ripple quantity. I currently have 98, so I am actually going to fire all of these. In general terms, you're probably only going to want to fire 2 to 3 of these to give nice illumination on the battlefield. 3,500 feet, is the recommended illumination. Upon testing, if you have black sharks or attack aircraft in the AO that you're illuminating for, they're already in position. We found that 2,000 feet actually gives a immediate best illumination option. 3,500 feet is good for floating the illumination flares down onto the target. If you've got aircraft inbound to the AO, they will be able to see the AO very clearly from quite a distance away, and by the time they get there, if those flares have dropped down through to about 2,000 feet, they'll be optimal for lighting the area up, allowing them to lock on and attack the targets that are being illuminated. So I've set up my illumination flares now, and shall unpause and we shall dump our flares out over to the target. As you can see, I am currently 5.3 miles out. The illumination flares take best effect when you fire them at 5 miles out, 5 nautical miles out slant range. That will actually give you, that will actually pop those flares over the top of that target for the correct distances. So we will do that now. Let me unpause.
Warning, autopilot.
Oh, love the unpause. And here we go. Illumination flares out. And this is a bit of a laugh. I mean, normally you'd only fire 2 or 3 of these. As I've said, I'm just going to dump 98 out there just for giggles. And we are off. I shall pull away, and this is basically how you turn night into day on the battlefield. And there we go. 98 flares out. Pretty wide illumination there. You're not going to miss those targets, that's for damn sure. But generally speaking, 2 to 3 flares over the target, and you'll get aircraft that want to come in and attack the targets there without having to use, or if they don't have night vision or they don't have night systems, basically, they don't need them. There you go. That's how you do battlefield illumination. Thank you for watching. This has been 355th SlySci with the 355th Virtual Fighter Wing. Thank you very much.